Welcome back, guys. Just watch this video.
General, what about Simon Ekpa?
I'm sure he's cooling off somewhere, and legal action is going to be taken accordingly. So I don't want to say much about that, but I'm happy that he has been arrested, and the federal government have actually forwarded most of the requirements to the Finnish government. So I'm sure the right thing will be done.
So you see the way he responded. It seems he's responding to something he doesn't know. How can they ask you question and you can watch the way he's stammering? He's not sure. When someone stammers, when someone stammers that way, it's a sign that he's not too sure. He just say that he's sure that they will do the right thing, that they have submitted the document needed. All right. So today we're going to debunk these documents that are needed. That's what I want to show you actually. All right. The document that is needed and why it is not possible for them to provide it. First of all, we know that there is no extradition treaty between Nigeria and Finnish government. Everyone is aware of that. But despite that, they still have one or two ways which they can pass through if actually they can extradite him. All right. So, but in this video, I want to tell you facts and figures, reasons why it is not possible at all for them to be able to extradite Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria. So I want you to pay attention to the very end. Before extradition can take place, there are some certain documents that must be submitted. These are the documents they requested from Nigerian government since the day that the Finnish government invited Simon Ekpa, since the day he had been with them. When Nigerian government requested that they extradite him, so after everything, they demanded for this document because there are processes they must pass through before the extradition can be granted. You don't do extradition by hide and seek. So this document is what we're going to be showing you in this particular video. There are more. We're going to highlight the most important of them. One of these documents that they have to sign, and Finland will sign, and they will provide it. The International Court, which is ICC, will sign it. Everyone will have it. Nigeria will have a copy. Finland will have a copy. Then International Court will have a copy, which is ICC will have a copy. This is a document called the Document of Human Rights. That human rights and respect to human rights is fundamental. And you know, Nigeria with the human rights issue now, you know the abuse of human rights everywhere. So let's leave that aside. So this is one of the documents that they have to sign it, that you must not abuse this person. As you extradite him, his human rights must be respected. So you must get this document from ICC, from International Court. You must bring this document, you must sign. There must be a stamp from ICC, and Finnish government will not sign. Then you cannot carry Simon Ekpa and give to you. So this is one of the documents. Then another document also is from International Court. You know, the first document we talk about is the document of human rights, respect of human rights. The second document is the document from International Court approving that what you allege that Simon Ekpa is sponsoring terrorism, that you now have the right to, extradite him to Nigeria to face his judgment. So International Criminal Court of Justice will give you a paper signed, and this paper will be forwarded from ICC to Finnish government. And you will have also a paper, another copy. Nigeria will have another copy to submit to Finnish government that we have gotten a permit from International Court for you to extradite Simon Ekpa based on terrorism, because the world does not condone terrorism. So these are the two major documents they must get from ICC. Number one is the human rights document. Number two is the approval that this person is a terrorist. So you have the right to judge him anywhere in your country. Then the third document that Nigeria is supposed to sign is between Nigeria and the Finnish government. And what is this document? The document states that the Finnish government have the right to extradite Simon Ekpa back, to Finland in case of abuse of rights. So, for example, maybe after signing all those ones, they carried him to Nigeria, and Nigeria started doing their whatever they want to do, and they abuse his human rights. The Finnish government have the right to come down to Nigeria, carry him back, because he's also their citizen. So this is the third document, the third thing that Nigeria must sign. Then the fourth one is the document of the respect of the rule of law, that every protocol must be followed. that court order must be obeyed, obedient to the rule of law. This is the 4 document that I'm showing. So this major 4, there are more, but this major 4, there are about over 5 or 6. This major 4 is what took Nigeria up to 42 days, before they could respond. Since from the day that they carried him, they invited him, till the day that we heard Musa saying that Nigeria has actually submitted every requirement needed for his extradition. And when you notice the way he was saying it, it seems that he's not too sure, because those things, it is difficult for them to sign. Nigeria has been invited to ICC for a very long time. In the Nnamdi Kanu case, they have been invited there. In Simon Ekpa case, they have been invited there. Severally, there are different cases about Nigeria that is an international criminal court, and none of them have answered. None of them have answered. And this is why that we saw, all right, where Musa was interviewed by Jazeera. You know, he was saying something. Some of you must have watched it. Look at what he was saying.
Allegedly holding children as young as 5 in hot, cramped conditions, not to mention allegations of beating, the sexual abuse of women and girls, where innocent civilians were meant to be in your care, treated this way. I mean, that's the big question Amnesty International raises. And they're prepared, sorry to interrupt, they're prepared to take you to the International Court of Justice to defend their views. Would you testify them?
We're ready to go. We're not scared of anybody. And I can tell you, they have their own intent on why they are doing that. I think they just want to demoralize my troops. They want us to look bad, because I just can't understand why anybody will wake up and say that we're killing people when we're actually not doing the same. And guess what? Where the Giwa barracks you were talking about, we have all the humanitarian agencies working there. You have the UN working, local and international organizations are working. Are we saying they are complicit? There is nothing we're doing in the back. So if they don't say it, which means Amnesty International is equal, and Amnesty is equally there, so which means they're equally accusing all these other organizations of being complicit.
So just to be clear, you would be prepared to go to the ICJ in The Hague and answer these accusations?
We're not scared of anything, because we don't have anything of such.
I want to address allegations also of corruption in the defence sector, because Transparency International says corruption has resulted in the wasting of billions of dollars worth of public funds through corrupt defence procurement. You said yourself, procurement's an issue for the Nigerian military. Is the Nigerian armed forces corrupt?
We are not.
You can hear him clearly where he's saying that they are ready to go to ICC. Anything that happened, you can see the questions, relevant questions that this guy was asking him. I want you to pay attention, because I'm going to do another video entirely on this to debunk this whole matter based on Nigerian media and all that. All right, so based on these facts, these are reasons why Simon Ekpa cannot actually be extradited, because this document, Nigerians cannot sign it. They will not. The reason is they cannot go to ICC, number 1. Number 2, they cannot keep human rights. Number 3, if they do anything, Finland can come and carry him back. So it is very difficult. Another reason why it is difficult and almost impossible for Nigeria to be able to extradite Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria is that there is no tangible evidence against him. Until evidence is clear, you can't actually extradite somebody. There is no tangible evidence at all. There is nothing to hold hands and say this is it, because they are jumping up and down looking for something to submit. The evidence is there is no tangible evidence to submit at all. So, and without evidence, court cannot grant you your permission. They cannot grant you your request. If it took them over 42 days for them to be able to provide what they say they are provided now, which even with the way Musa responded, it seems that it's not too sure. If it took them 42 days, only God knows how many months and how many years it will take them to provide the rest of the documents or to do the rest of the things. Now, there is a 4th reason I want to show you why Simon Ekpa cannot be extradited to Nigeria. Simon Ekpa is a close political ally to the current president of Finland. 2 of them, they shake hands together. 2 of them, they sit together. They are in the same political party. You see the way like President Tinubu is, and like some allies, all right? You see what is happening. Like some top political class, they know they agree with anything that happen to them. In the same way it is, because politics is about interest. This guy, Finland did not find anything accusing to him. They did not commit any crime there. So his hand is clean as far as Finnish government is concerned. You went up saying do bad things, bring your evidence, let's see, and let's match it together. And this guy now is very close to the current president of Finland. If another president is there, I will say okay, but once there is this closeness, let me tell you, no matter where you are, either in the Western world or in Africa, political influence speaks volume. It's very important. Let me tell you, he can be pardoned. No matter the crime now, the Finnish president can pardon him. He can say, no, we won't do it. He has that influence. You must understand that. He can decide to make use of executive order. Yes. And if he gives that order, it will be followed. Despite there are laws and principles that will bind it. But what I want you to understand is that the influence to do this thing is also there. Simon Ekpa has that influence right there in Finland. You must also understand that Simon Ekpa is a reserve military personnel and he's also a lawyer with a chamber. So which means he has lawyers that works under him, which means he has, clients that he works for. He's not somebody that just fell from the sky. No. He's not somebody that just starts up one day. No, he has influence. Somebody cannot just come out one day and put his face on camera and start talking about Biafra agitation. He knows the risk in the things he's doing. He understands that perfectly before he started. He is not ignorant of the risk in agitating for Biafra. He's not ignorant about it at all. He knows his onions. He knows what to do. He knows that this will happen. He knows that the arrest must come. He knows that allegations and several things will happen. He's aware. He's not a baby. Let me remind you one thing that Simon Ekpa said to Nnamdi some time ago during one of his live broadcasts. He said to Nnamdi that if he is looking for 100 men, that him is 50 men in one, that MNK should go and look for the rest 50. He did not say it and close mouth. He said it openly. And he didn't say it to make mouth. He didn't say it to brag. He said it intentionally and he meant it in his heart. Before he started this agitation and he grew to the level where it is now, we used to watch some of those his move and videos where he was going to from one government office to government office within the Finnish government, submitting documents, getting permission to agitate for Biafra. He's a man of influence. And these are some certain reasons. If you think deep on the things I'm saying, it is impossible for the Finnish government to release Simon Ekpa, except say Finnish government have anything against him. But as it stands, Finnish government does not have anything against him. The political class, the party that is in charge of the government now is one of them. He told them, someone gave an information that he did not contest for position in their present election just because he wants to agitate. So his political parties, they are aware. He has allies. So I wonder why people are jumping up and down. At a due time, everything will get balanced. And I will say this before I will round up, that until there is a tangible evidence, someone like Prime Minister Simon Ekpa can never be extradited to Nigeria. We know what Nigeria can do. We know Nigeria has money. We know Nigeria has influence. We know that they have capacity, but it is impossible for them to extradite. And let's watch as the whole thing unfolds. By the time it's out, you will still come back and watch this video. All right. Some of you are not aware that right now he has access to his family and to some certain things, and it's going to happen gradually. If today is your first time coming across my videos, this is Coach Lucky TV. I want you to hit your head on the subscription button, subscribe to this channel, share this video, drop your thoughts and your comments right in the comment section. What do you think about all the things I've just said? All right, what is your own feeling? What is ringing in your mind right now? And also share this video, all right, to conquer the fear of everyone that is afraid out there. Bye for now. See you in my next video.